This is General Ledger Exercise 2 in your workbook. That would be page 52, and you'd be answering on pages 53 and 54. We are looking at the General Ledger of Scott Plumbers. We can see the name at the top there. So we're going to fill that in on our sheet. Just hide that. So General Ledger of, name of company, Scott Plumbers. And I've already filled in. The left-hand side is the debit side. The right-hand side is the credit side. I've also highlighted the line between, just to remind you, the left-hand side has the exact same columns as the right-hand side. Date, that's when you indicate the year and the month. Day, either a specific day or the last day of the month. Details, what is the partner account that we're going to also record that value in. Folio, FOL, what is the journal code where we're getting the information from? And amount, what is the value that we are recording for that account? Exactly the same on the left as on the right. So we are starting with the balance sheet section, and we go back to our journal. We're trying to work out the order of accounts. We have a look at our notes. Very first account would be capital. We have a look at our journal. Do we have capital? Yes, we do. Capital would be B1. We then have a look. Next is drawings. Do we have drawings in this exercise? We have a look, and we see, yes, there was drawings, B2. We then are looking for fixed assets. Do we have land and buildings? No. Do we have equipment? Yes, that would be B3. Do we have vehicles? No. Then we have a look at current assets. Do we have trading stock or debtors control? No. Do we have bank? Yes. So bank will be next. So after 3 comes 4. So B4 for bank. Remembering that there are 2 bank columns. One in the cash receipts journal, one in the cash payments journal. That is B4. We then have a look. Do we have cash float or petty cash? No, we don't. So that is our balance sheet section done. We then move on to the nominal accounts section. Remember that? Our nominal account section. We ignore sales and cost of sales for now. So it's current income, then rent income, and then basically anything else which is an expense. So we have a look. Do we have current income? Yes, we do. So that will be N1. Do we have rent income? No, we don't. Anything else is an expense. So we start here with our column. After N1 will come N2. After N2 will be N3. After N3 will be N4. After N4 will be N5. After N5 will be N6. Have a look. Oh, they've repeated repairs. We've got 2 different amounts for repairs. So we must have the exact same code. N6, N6. After N6 comes N7. After N7 comes N8. And after N8 will come N9. Okay, so now we know the order in which we're going to draw up those accounts. Don't worry if you find that quite difficult. The order is provided for you. It's just good to understand how the order is decided. The next thing we're going to look at is our posting rule. How do I know what side of the general ledger are we going to record this information on? So we have a look at our notes with our posting rule. This is the same as the account debit, account credit rule. If we post information from the cash receipts journal to the general ledger, we debit bank and we credit any other accounts in the cash receipts journal. So we go to the cash receipts journal, we are going to debit bank, DR, and we credit anything else in the cash receipts journal. So current income is credit and capital is credit. The rule swaps around for the cash payments journal. So if we debit bank in the cash receipts journal, we are going to credit bank in the cash payments journal. And we look at our rule, credit bank, debit any other account for the cash payments journal. So credit bank, everything else in the cash payments journal is going to be recorded on the debit side. All of these. DR, oops, DR, DR, DR. And DR. Okay. I'm just gonna move this picture. Yeah, just take it away. Yeah. So we now know what side the information is going to go on. We are going to start with capital because that is the very first account, balance sheet section first. What information we are looking for. Remember when we post 2020 June. June has 30 days. So if it is a column, so bank and current income are columns, we post the total of the column on the last day of the month. If the account is under sundry, we post the specific amount on the specific day. So that's going to be on day 1. I then go to record my capital. Day 1, June 2020, 11,000 for capital, CRJ6. So we go. Capital. Capital is recorded on the credit side. So we go on the credit side. We fill in 2020, June the 1st. What is the partner account for capital? Where was that money placed when we received it? Into our bank accounts. What is our journal code? CRJ7. How much did we receive? We received 11,000 Rand from the owner invested in the business. We then are going to move on. I can just fit a bit more on the page. We then have a look. B2 is over here. Drawings. And drawings was on the 18th. Yeah. Drawings the 18th. It is going on the debit side. And it's 2,000 Rand. So we go on the debit side. 2020, June. We then fill in the date, the 18th. Where did the money come from that we used to pay for drawings? What is the partner account? Bank. What is the code? This is coming from the cash payments journal. So it's CPJ7. How much money did we spend on drawings? Did the owner take out for personal use? They took out 2,000 Rand. Then go back to our journal and we have a look. What is going to be B3? That is equipment. Because equipment is under sundry, it's not a column. We take the information on the specific day. And that would be day 12. So on day 12, 2,430 Rand was spent on equipment, and we are going to record that on the debit side. So debit side, equipment. We know the year, we know the month. It is a sundry account, so we do it on the specific day. It's day 12. What is the partner account for equipment? Where did the money come to pay for it? It came from our bank account. What is the journal code? Well, this is the cash payments journal, so it's CPJ7. And how much money did we spend on equipment? 2,430 Rand. We then move on. We come to bank. Let's just leave bank alone for now. We'll come back. We then move on to N1. N1, current income, it's a column. Because it's a column, that means we take the total on the last day of the month. This is going on the credit side. So we go. We're on the credit side. That means right-hand side. 2020, June. The last day of the month, because it's a column, 30. The partner account, where did we put the money when it was paid in? Bank. What is the journal code? This is the cash receipts journal 7. How much money did we receive for current income during the month? We received 10,981 Rand. We then move on. We've done that, and we look for N2. Material costs. It is an expense. It is going on the debit side. It's a column, so we are posting the total amount. So on the debit side, left-hand side, 2020, June. It's a column, so we take this information on the last day of the month. What is the partner account? Where did the money come from to pay for material costs? From our bank accounts. What is the journal code? This is coming from CPJ 7. What is the value? What is the total amount of material costs that were bought during the month? 3,256 Rand. We then move on. Close that gap. Wages. We have a look. Wages is a column, N3. It's going on the debit side. We take the total, 952. So we're on the debit side, left-hand side. 2020, June. Last day of the month, because it's a column, day 30. Where did the money come from to pay for wages? It came from our bank account. What is the code for the cash payments journal? CPJ 7. What is the total value of the wages column? 952 Rand. We then move on to stationery. We have a look. Stationery has a column. That means we take the total amount on the last day of the month. Debit. So, stationery, 2020, June, the 30th, bank, CPJ 7. Stationery is 583 Rand. We move on to the next account, rent expense. Okay, we've done all of our columns. So now we are left with amounts that are in sundry. So we're going to be posting these amounts on the specific day. So there's also this one. Telephone is on the 26th. And that. Okay, so sundry, specific day. It's 545 Rand for rent expense on the 2nd, and it's going on the debit side. So we go to rent expense, 2020, June. What is this specific day? This is happening on day 2. Where did the money come from to pay for rent? Bank, that's rent expenses partner account. CPJ 7. How much did we spend? 545 Rand. You'll notice none of these accounts have been totaled because there is only one amount. So we can look at it and we can see what is the total value of rent expense in the business. It's 545 Rand. Stationery, it's 583 Rand. What is the total value of capital? It's 11,000. When there's one amount, one line, we do not add it up. We can see what the total is. We are now coming to repairs, and if we have a look at our journal, we have 2 transactions for repairs. We have 207 Rand on the 4th, and we have 331 Rand on the 15th. So we need to make sure that we post both of those. So repairs is in sundry. We're posting on the specific day, 207 Rand. and it's going on the debit side. So 2020 June, we then post the specific day for where did the money come from to pay for repairs? What is the partner account? Bank. What is the journal code? This is coming from the cash payments journal, so CPJ7. How much money did we spend on repairs? 207 Rand. Did we spend more money on repairs? Yes, we did. So we have a look. This is happening on day 15. 331 Rand on the debit side. So day 15. You can repeat 2020 June again if you want, but you don't have to. Where did the money come from to pay for repairs? What is the partner account? Bank. What is the journal code? CPJ7. How much money did we spend on repairs? 331 Rand. It's the end of the month. There are more than one lines entered into our ledger on the same side. So we're going to do what is called totaling. We are going to go and take our ruler. I'm just doing it on the computer, but you're going to use your ruler and you're going to draw a nice thick line so we can see it. Okay, where's my painter? There we go. So I draw my line. Get rid of it. Okay. We then need to add these values up to get the total. So we add it and we get 538 Rand. What is the total value of repairs for June? It is 538 Rand. We then move on to telephone. Telephone is in sundry, so we take the information on the specific day. It's 198 Rand. It's going on the debit side. Go to our answer book, telephone, 2020, June 26. Where did the money come from to pay for our telephone account? What is the partner account? Bank. What is our journal code? CPJ7. What is the value that we spent? 198 Rand. We then move on. We're nearly there. What's an electricity? Sundry account. So we take it on the specific day, day 28, 217 Rand, and it goes on the debit side. So 2020, June 28th. What is the partner account? Where did the money come from to pay for water and electricity? Our bank account, CPJ7 is our journal code, and the amount that we spent was 217 Rand. Last account, we have a look. Salaries and sundry. Sundry means we take it on the specific day, day 30. It happens to be the last day of the month. We have a look, it's going on the debit side. So, salary, 2020, June 30th. What is the partner account? Where did the money come from? Bank. What is our journal code? CPJ7. How much money did we spend? 1,500 Rand on salary. Notice we've not added or totaled these accounts because we can see the total of telephone, water and electricity, and salaries without needing to total. If you total, you will lose marks. You only total when there are two lines or more on the same account. We're now almost finished. We need to go back and do bank. Okay, so we're posting the total of the bank column from the cash receipts journal. It is going on the debit side of bank. But we cannot write bank inside bank. Okay, you can't write the account name inside of itself. So on the debit side, 2020, June 30th. We don't write bank, we write total receipts coming from CRJ7. What is the total value of that bank account? 21,981. We then have a look at the cash payments journal. The total of our bank column is going on the credit side. So on the credit side, 2020, June, last day of the month, 30. We can't write bank in bank, so total payments. CPJ 7. And the total value of that bank account was 12,219 Rand. Now, for every debit, there must be a corresponding credit. We don't list all the individual debits in bank. That would be impractical. It's a column, we take the total. But that 21,981 Rand that we have recorded on the left-hand side, just going to show all my things. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. That is the total amount that we received. We've recorded it on the left. If we add up all the values that we have recorded on the right from the cash receipts journal, so 11,000 plus 10,981, we would arrive at the same value. So our receipts are balanced. The total value on the left is the same as the total value on the right. We then have a look at our total payments from the cash payments journal, 12,219. So that is the credit side. So if I had to add up all the cash payments journals transactions on the debit side, they are going to total that 12,019, which will mean that we have balanced everything. What is on the left is the same value as what is on the right. And that in accounting means that we have followed the double entry principle. It's very important. Okay, it's just so don't highlight this in your book. In a test or an exam, you just preferably write in pencil or blue or black ink, but pencil's best because you can erase it if there's a mistake. So if we added up all those amounts on the left-hand side, on the debit side, they would equal the total amount on the credit side. Okay, and that is the end of exercise 2.